Hello, welcome to this edition of Intelligent Video Today. I'm your host, Steve Vonderhaar. On today's episode, we're visited by Jennifer Burak, VP of Marketing over at Socialive. Welcome, Jennifer.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for having me. I know it took a little bit to get me here, but I'm glad to be here.
Well, we work through all those video tidbits and get to a point where we can share good information about what's happening at Socialive. How are you positioning yourself for Socialive? We've known you folks as a provider of live video capabilities over time, as the Socialive name would imply. But now you're building on top of that foundation. What specific capabilities are you now bringing to bear for users in the enterprise?
Yeah, so you're right. In 2017, we were primarily known as a social live streaming tool that allowed enterprise companies to do studio quality live streams or live to tape. Um, and around, I guess, the time of the pandemic, we started to see behaviors change, and people were really comfortable with being on camera, and there was a definite increase in people wanting to consume snackable video, not just video from live streams and longer format webinars, but just quick snackable moments. And so we reprioritized our roadmap and repositioned to be what we call an end-to-end democratized video creation platform for the enterprise. And the capabilities that we really leaned hard into were professional remote recording capabilities, AI powered editing right within platform, and then all the different types of publishing integrations that enterprise companies would need to connect to the platforms they're using to either store, host, collaborate, or publish to multiple digital channels, including social channels. And so it's really that record, edit, publish, and live stream positioning that the company took.
So my ears really perked up when you talked about AI editing there. Maybe a little bit more color on what you folks are doing with AI, and maybe you could tell us if you're developing all these things in house or repackaging technology that you license from outside providers. Give us a little bit of sense of how Social Live
Yeah.
is attacking the AI realm.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're doing everything in house, and we are approaching AI from the perspective of supercharging our record and edit workflows. And an example of that would be text based editing. So let's say you get a thought leader to come into our recording booth or recording studio, and all of that content that is automatically recorded and stored centrally in the platform. An automatic transcript is created, and you can basically edit it like a Word document by taking out ums or ahs, or cutting out, tails and ends, or even, capturing certain phrases for snackable moments. And so our vision really is around creating a platform for what we call non-professionals, where they can do pretty sophisticated work as it relates to obviously digital video creation.
I guess maybe differentiate yourself a little bit from the major generative AI platforms out there. You're really tuned to leveraging AI specifically for video uses, aren't you? Why should somebody use a Social Live as opposed to maybe trying to assemble the AI video capabilities on their own?
That's a great question. I think our vision is to enable a video creation ecosystem or infrastructure to merge all in one platform. And when you think about video production, historically, it's been built on point solutions. And each of those point solutions for each stage of the video creation process adds costs and adds time, right? And there's complexity, right? And when you look at how video has evolved, it's been innovation of each of those point solutions, but it hasn't gone through transformation. And that's what AI is doing. It's transforming into an end to end. AI is what enables the transformation for how video can get created, essentially.
Now, one of the big deals that enterprises look at when they start studying the implementation of AI applications is always the concern over security, and really, we're really looking at the protection of proprietary data in particular in that realm of concern. How does Socialive try to address those issues of security or those challenges that enterprises
Yeah.
pose on the security front?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, when people think AI, a lot of people think Chat GBT as an example, but, and it is a problem for sure for some. But Socialive is really focusing on what we call the ethical use of efficient AI. So it's all about using AI to take time consuming, complex tasks and making them more efficient. Now, our platform is secure. All the data is end to end encrypted. We don't use the data with third parties, period. Um, that is just our vision and our focus.
Now, Socialive has always been known as a provider of services to large enterprises, but really we're seeing video getting extended beyond the large enterprise and more into the mid-tier and even into individual departments like marketing or communications or field operations. How do you see different business units at large companies putting Socialive to use, and what are those folks getting out of the platform?
Yeah. Well, we are very, very focused on that very large enterprise company. And we have historically worked with the internal video services departments with our live streaming tool. But with the new positioning of record, edit, publish for snackable video, what has happened is more of the communications professionals, social media professionals, marketing professionals, they are coming, they are going to their video services department saying, hey, we want to replace text as a way of communicating, and we want to replace it with snackable video. And they need it, we call it always on or meet the moment video. And it's for all digital channels, whether or not that is social, email, websites, landing pages, you name it, you get exponentially increased engagement and click through and conversion, and basically a more knowledgeable audience. So they need something quick. They can't wait a month. They can't wait a week. They can't even wait a day. They need something that morning to meet the moment, right, of that communication channel. And when you think about large companies that have also regional offices, where you've got many people in the region that are there for a reason to meet the moment of those regional geographic locations, video services or even external agencies simply cannot scale to meet that type of demand. And we call this demand, in fact, we've talked to a lot of our enterprise customers and their video departments, they call it the growing middle of video demand. It's not your big high-end productions. It's that meet the moment every day. And so, they're able to use the right tech and the right workflows. Many times the workflows of Socialive are set up by the video services team so that they can make sure it's on brand and it's compliant. But essentially they are then giving, it's democratization. They're giving those workflows through the people in the field or the people on the social media team to be able to record their own thought leaders, have that automatically stored centrally where they can edit or use a template with branding, appropriate branding for quick rinse and repeat, and then quick publishing. And so video services stops being that dreaded roadblock and really becomes a facilitator, becomes a hero for the rest of the organization. And the benefits are really, bottom line, more informed and highly engaged prospects, customers, and employees, because we know video trumps text. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I think you're exactly right there when you're saying video trumps text. There's so much more dynamism it's a more dynamic and engaging experience to use video than trying to communicate via text. And you took the words right out of my mouth when you started talking about the democratization of the video content creation process. Why do you think now is the time for that democratization, that broader use of video to really begin to take hold in the enterprise at this particular moment in time?
Yeah. Well, I think, the stats are there. Digital natives have now grown up. They are in the workplace. And it's not even just millennials anymore. It's the beginning of Gen Z. And they are employees, the employees that work in the social media departments of enterprise companies or in communications or employer branding. They create video every day in their personal lives. And they are viewing video as a way to learn, get information, gather knowledge every day in their personal lives. So it's part of their everyday life experience. So snackable video is just becoming a primary communication medium in business. And it's no longer a nice to have. It really has become a must have. And the internal video services at enterprise are feeling that growing middle pressure. And it's not going away, it's just increasing. And this is why democratization of video is the way of the future. And AI just pours gasoline on that and really paves the way for things to change, to transform.
Certainly, AI makes video more nimble, easier to use, easier to uh, uh, bring in as an information resource for an enterprise. So take us maybe a trip down the way, 3 to 5 years down the line or so. This AI evolution is going to be continuing. How do you have any thoughts on how Socialive's platform may be looking different in at that future date compared to what we have in these first days of the AI revolution?
Yeah, I will. And I'm going to tell you, it's not in 3 to 5 years. We're talking, 12 to 18 months, because everything is exponentially being accelerated. Um, Socialive will be ubiquitous. I'd like to say it's going to be the Canva for snackable video creation. AI features like gaze correction, which you can probably see. I'm like looking at my notes here. You're not going to be able to even tell that I'm looking anywhere anymore. Gaze correction, color adjustment, object removal, video reframing, automatic summarization and topic detection, real-time sign language. All of these are not in a 3 to 5 year roadmap. They are in our immediate roadmap. And every day, things are changing and evolving. And I think we are looking at an end-to-end digital video creation, and democratized video creation is being taken to a whole nother realm.
It's going to be fun to watch, and certainly the future is coming faster than you think, based on some of your descriptions there. So, but that's good for the industry overall to see companies and platforms like Socialive pushing the integration of AI in this way. It'll be fun to watch what you folks do over the next 12 to 18 months for sure. Jennifer, thanks so much for taking the time to visit with us today on Intelligent Video today.
All right. Thanks so much.
And we thank you for taking the time to watch today's episode. If you want to get access to more industry insight from thought leaders like Jennifer Burak from Socialive, just go to the YouTube link right below there. Subscribe to our channel, and you'll get notifications on future episodes of the interview series. For IntelliVid Research and Intelligent Video Today, I'm Steve Onderhaar. Thanks for your time.